Hey guys, time for the packet. If you weren't ready to go over it, today I'll be going over pages 3, the bus ride, through page 6. I'm going to stop at the end of page 5, which is waiting for the doors to open. So hopefully you've done these and you can check and see how you did. I am going to read it out loud like I do in class. I was going to try to do it like this, but you can't really see it. So I'm just going to read it and go over the questions. Ramona, a 12-year-old girl, was riding the bus to school. She hated the long, bumpy ride to school. This ride didn't seem any different until the bus turned a corner and slid off the icy road into the ditch. After several attempts to back out of the ditch and some under-the-breath grumbling, Mac, the driver, told the kids that they would all have to walk to the nearest house. Ramona grabbed her backpack and exited the warm bus. She was up to her knees in snow. She trudged behind some of the older kids, trying to follow the path that they plowed through the deep snow. She pulled her knitted hat down over her ears and shoved her gloveless hands deep into her pockets. After hiking a couple hundred yards in the snow, they reached the house of the next would-have-been passenger. Ramona heard the surprise in the mother's voice when she answered the door. "What happened? Is everyone all right?" The bus driver told the woman what had happened and asked if everyone could take shelter in her home until other arrangements could be made. She cheerfully welcomed the dozen or so of them into the house. Patrick, the boy who was supposed to have been picked up, was happy for the delay from school. All of the kids started asking if they were going to make it to school. Phone calls were made and the group was told to stay put until the road conditions improved. Patrick's mom set about making her guests comfortable. She baked chocolate chip cookies and made hot cocoa. The kids sat in front of the fireplace playing cards, laughing, and telling stories. Patrick showed Ramona and some of the others his room and his electric guitar. It was a morning and afternoon that no one would forget. School was over by the time the country roads were clear. Parents came and picked up their children from Patrick's house. Many words of thanks were expressed to Patrick's mom. The next day was clear and bright. Ramona sat on the edge of her seat, willing the bus to slide off the road, but it did not. This is number 7. Which sentence from the passage best shows that the children were having a good time? A, the kids sat in front of the fireplace playing cards, laughing, and telling stories. B, Patrick showed Ramona and some of the others his room and his electric guitar. C, she cheerfully welcomed the dozen or so of them into the house. Or D, many words of thanks were expressed to Patrick's mom. So the answer is A. The kids sat in front of the fireplace playing cards, laughing, and telling stories. All right, day 2, page 4. In the 1600s, people were able to study the weather. Tools were made that could help measure the weather. People tracked how the weather changed. Some people learned to predict the weather. The field of meteorology was born in 1643. What is the meaning of the word meteorology in the paragraph above? A, measurements with tools. B, the study of weather. C, the Earth's atmosphere. Or D, a new invention. All right, so you could have found the answer 2 different ways here. The answer is B, the study of weather. Using your context clues, it says that's how the weather changed, how they measure the weather. So there's many different topics about weather. Also, they talk about how if you remember your Greek root ology, you know that that's the study of something. So you could have gotten it 2 different ways there. All right, number 2. The vessel, the USS Hunter, sat alone in the dock for many years. The ancient ship moved gently and sometimes violently with the waves. Its sails were tattered or worn out from strong winds blowing across the sea. The ship was equipped with only oars to move the ship. It was old-fashioned. Newer ships had taken its place on the high seas. Now, the USS Hunter drifted quietly with the waves. In the passage, what is the meaning of old-fashioned? A, outdated. B, effortless. C, demanding. D, well-built. And the answer is A, outdated. It talks about it was worn out. The ship was equipped with only oars, meaning like it didn't have any fancy technology to get the ship going. That was your context clue there. All right. Every time I walked by the gray house down the street, I would stop and stare. It was an attractive one-story house with a beautiful garden. I never knew how the inside of the house looked. The old man who lived there was not friendly with the kids in the neighborhood. One day, I heard a deep rumble and the squeal of rusty brakes. I ran outside and saw an immense truck filling up the street in front of the gray house. New people were moving into the house. I saw kids about my age running around the front yard. I was excited. I invited the kids to play at my house. Later, they returned the invitation, and I finally got to see the inside of that house. It was tidy and well organized. Even my friends' toys were put away in colorful toy chests. Read this sentence from the passage. It was an attractive one-story house with a beautiful garden. Which of these is the meaning of attractive as it is used in the sentence? A, next to a tree. B, pleasing to the eye. C, bought by a family. Or D, built on the ground. And the answer is B, pleasing to the eye. All right, number 4. When Marcus went to the supermarket with his dad, he noticed that the ketchup and mustard were way up on the top shelf. He thought that was a very inconvenient place for them. They were so hard to reach. What does the word inconvenient mean in the above paragraph? A, on the wrong shelf. B, sensible. C, easy to reach. Or D, hard to reach. And the answer there is D, hard to reach. Number 5. The website about how to fix your car had pictures or graphics with labels to show you all the car parts. In this sentence, the word graphics means A, graphite, B, graphs, C, pictures, D, movies. And the answer is pictures, because C. It even says it right there. It had pictures or graphics, so it gives you a synonym there for that. All right, last one for today, waiting for the doors to open. It was 7:54 a.m. on a cold Saturday morning. People of all ages were waiting anxiously on the sidewalk in front of Glenda's bookstore. The majority of them were staring at the brightly decorated glass doors and willing them to open. The third and final novel in the Amani trilogy would be released in 6 minutes. Carla stood with her mother at the beginning of the line. She couldn't wait to start reading Amani in the Forest of New. How will Amani manage to escape? Carla wondered. A blast of biting wind flew through the air. Carla was bundled in a thick black coat and bright pink scarf, but she could still feel the chill. She was grateful that her mom had made her put on warmer clothes. In celebration of the occasion, she had wanted to dress up as Thimba, her favorite elf in the trilogy. She would have been freezing in that costume. Number 6, what will Carla most likely do when she gets home? A, read the book that she just bought. B, help her mother cook breakfast. C, watch her favorite morning cartoons. D, crawl into her bed and take a nap. And the answer is A, read the book that she just bought, since that was the reason that she went to the store. All right. I will be going over more tomorrow.